welcome to this beautiful and buzzing London Borough of Bromley. Now today something special is about to happen here as we launch the brand new and exciting Bromley Community Radio Station. Before we get to that, let's take a look at a little bit of history about this large suburban town.
According to the official Bromley government website, the Romans are thought to have built a camp at Keston, where a natural spring known as Caesar's Well is the source of the Ravensbourne. Sometime after the Roman era, an Anglo-Saxon settlement developed around the location now occupied by the Market Square. The name Bromley, first recorded in 862 as Bromley, means Anglo-Saxon the place where broom grows. In the 10th century, Bromley was chosen by the bishops of Rochester to be their base for visitors to London. The latest bishop's palace, built in 1775, with its moat, now forms a part of the extensive Bromley Civic Centre. The last bishop to be based in Bromley moved away in 1845. The granting of the royal charter to the town's market by King John in 1205 gave a major boost to Bromley's development and prosperity. The growth of the railway system turned the northern half of the borough into a dormitory for London, although most of the southern half remains open countryside. Subsequently, the town has grown to become one of the most important commercial and shopping centres in southeast England.
It's time now to meet some of the faces behind the voices that you will be listening to on Bromley radio station. So over to you. What's your name? Why did you get involved with the radio station? And are you excited?
I'm very excited. My name is Sue Parker-Nutley, and I got involved with the station first of all because it will promote the community, and secondly because it will promote me, because I'm a professional actress and voiceover artist.
So what is your show on the radio station about, and when can we hear you?
The show is called Gigglebox. It's got lots of comedy sketches, comedy songs, pieces written and performed by myself, and it's on every Friday morning between 10 and 11 o'clock.
What do you have coming up on the show that we should know about, and why should we listen to it?
You should listen to it because it's going to bring a smile to your face. It's basically aimed at people my age, that's silver surfers and grey tops, but not completely exclusive to them. So listen to it and I guarantee you will smile.
And finally, why should people get involved with the station and your show?
People should get involved in the station because it is a community station and we should all be helping our communities. But yes, listen to my show and you will smile.
Hello everyone, I am Julian Bennington, I'm the Mayor of the London Borough of Bromley, and welcome to Bromley, your digital network.
What today is about is to launch our community radio station, and it is known as Bromley, your digital network. And the idea for the term your digital network, because it is for you, the community. It came about by acknowledging the fact that we need to find a way to bring local community groups, local businesses and individuals together. There's lots of good work that's going on. We all know about cuts, and we all need to find a way to sustain ourselves, to make things happen, to make the good work continues. We've got so many people here doing so many different things, and you know there are other ways to do it. And what we looked at, that radio is such a powerful medium, but you know, what's the point of being on Capital Radio when you're trying to do your work in the park, which is just across the road? Surely you want the people who are local to come along. So the best way to do that was have a local base to attract local people. When you attract the people to, I'm using you as an example, Darren.
No, right, yeah, it's okay.
So when you attract people to the park to show them your good work, you want to tell people about it. Again, not knocking the big boys, but a capital or a heart, it's not in their interest. Our background is that our charity is called Saba. Our flagship product is UK Unsigned, and as you can imagine, it's about giving unsigned talent a chance to do their thing. And you know, it is so difficult. How about a platform that gives local talent, whether they're singers, poets, comedians or whatever, dancers, a chance to profile what they do. So this actually launches a concept that we think is powerful enough to take to other boroughs. And you know, we've had even the mayor talking about you know, how we can revitalise high streets and everything. This may be a way to do it. How can we get a local company along the road that's facing challenges from the big boys, you know, to challenge on an equal footing, but not only challenging, but even maybe working together. So that's what it's about. That's the backdrop to it. The people you see with cameras and looking ever so busy, it's the production team. And if you give them a little round of applause, because they're all volunteers. Some of them saw something in Star now and didn't know what the world they were getting into. And I hope after today they're still going to be with us. But, you know, our guest of honour is here and he's here to say a few words. So if you can welcome the Mayor of Bromley to come along and... Yeah, the
floor is mine. Switch on. Yeah, I'm delighted delighted to be here, and I warmly welcome this Bromley Radio. I think it'll be a great attribute to locally to the borough, yeah, but mainly to local voluntary and charitable organisations and businesses. And as you develop, hopefully you'll get funding from businesses, advertising through you, and letting all the people who live around here and within the borough know what's going on, what's going to happen. And there are so many events held here, and so many voluntary organisations that I've met during my year as mayor that do such good work, and to be able to publicise them, their events, be it a garden party, be it a ball, whatever the event may be, and encourage participation by other people will be great. And as you say, for businesses, that most of the smaller businesses here are looking at a local market. They're not looking at a market in central London or the south coast. They want people to come into Bromley rather than going into Croydon or to Bexley Heath or elsewhere. So I congratulate you on the initiative. It's absolutely fantastic, man. Shake your hand. I wish you every success on it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and your work is not done because you will be interviewed.
All right.
So let's hear from the Mayor.
And I'm here with the Mayor, who has very kindly joined us for the launch of the Bromley YDN radio station. How are we doing, Mayor?
Very well, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's absolutely my pleasure.
I think you said earlier that, as you said, it was your pleasure. And how are you enjoying the experience so far?
Well, I've been on radio before, but this is, so we say, slightly different to my normal background.
So you're a pro?
Not going to say that.
And I think you commented on the microphone, it's not quite as high-tech as you've experienced in the past. Is that true?
Well, you're starting on a shoestring, so I don't expect too much.
This is the cream of the crop in terms of microphones, can't you tell?
I'm trying to see the make. Olympus.
Olympus, yeah, it's the best, it's the best. Happily go out. So what do you think of the launch of the Bromley radio station? What's it going to do for the community?
I think it's a great idea, and I really welcome it for the borough, the businesses and all the voluntary organisations here. The fact that they can get their message over cheaply and effectively without having major costs, and equally for, as businesses grow, hopefully they will pay you to cover your costs, but at least the chance is there that they can appeal to their local audience rather than a national audience.
Absolutely. I mean, I've never been to Bromley myself before, and I was actually quite astounded at how big the high street was and how many independent stores that there are on that high street. So as you've said, I'm sure that the stores will take up this opportunity to really try and boom their businesses?
Well, Bromley is clearly the best shopping centre in South London.
If not the world!
If not the world, exactly, yes. And of course we do have a large number of new businesses here, particularly in the area where you are now, at the north end of the High Street, which has recently been totally refitted and refurbished. And a lot of new businesses have now come in here. But there are other towns, Beckenham, Orpington, Henge, West Wickham, all of which have a large number of small individual businesses covering a wide range and developing.
Absolutely. And the great thing about your digital network is that we are linked up to other community radio stations. So not only can we facilitate and promote Bromley on the Bromley radio station, we can also do that on our other radio stations through the network. So do you think that's fantastic?
I think that's great. The wider spread you can get, particularly if you're, I know you're not in Lewisham or Bexley and so on yet, but if you do, then there's a natural synergy between these local boroughs.
Absolutely, and it's not just bringing the local communities together, it's bringing lots of communities together, isn't it?
Exactly, it's a wider community.
Exactly, and in terms of music, my show personally is UK Unsigned, so I only play unsigned acts. Do you think that lots of the talent in Bromley will be taking me up on the offer to play their music on the radio?
I suspect you'll be inundated by boy bands and girl singers.
Fingers crossed anyway, that's the plan. And what I want to know is, what kind of music do you really like? What would you like us to be playing?
Well, I noticed you've got Katie Malua as one of your, from Unsigned.
Absolutely, yeah, that's true.
She's really one of the stars I really like.
She's not been around for a while though, has she?
She hasn't, I don't know, she hasn't gone back to Georgia, has she? Or she...
Maybe, I don't know. Anybody else?
No, she's the one that sort of comes to mind immediately for there, but otherwise I've got a fairly wide taste in music, so no particular general one. If I'm in the car, it tends to be Magic that I listen to.
Okay, excellent. The burning question is, will you be presenting your own show on Bromley YDN?
I don't know about as mayor, but because you're only mayor for 1 year, and I finish in about 6 weeks' time.
Also, in 7 weeks, you might have your show.
Well, there again, I'm the member for Biggin Hill, and so of course you may want to be updated on what's going on in Biggin Hill as a ward. It's probably the best ward in the borough, and the most interesting one, certainly from my point of view. And why not try and encourage people in Biggin Hill to come forward and join in.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you've had a great time.
Thank you, Katie. It's been my pleasure.
Over and out.
So right now we're joined with the one and only John Downey, the organiser, not only of the launch today, but also of Bromley Community Radio Station. Am I correct? Brilliant.
That's right. Yeah.
So Johnny, how are you enjoying?
Well, it's been a huge success, and my only regret is I can't see everybody because there's so many people to see. And when you grab someone for a few minutes, that turns out to be 5 or 10. But it's been a success, so we're very happy with the turnout.
That's good, that's good. So tell me, what is the vision for Bromley Community Radio Station?
Right, the vision is this, that there's a massive, massive gap in the market. We've had the Mayor of London talking about how to reignite interest in the high streets. High streets are suffering. We have local community groups who are getting their funding cut all the time, and local talent not being given a chance to emerge. So we figured there's a big hole in that market, and this is a way to get those groups together and finding ways that they can be sustainable. So for local businesses, instead of trying to put an advert out on something like Capital Radio, where you're going to be broadcasting to millions, so someone in Tottenham, why would they come down to a local restaurant in Bromley? They wouldn't. So we're trying to get local businesses to target local people. Local community groups, let local people know the good things that they're doing. We spoke to someone about what they do in parks, you know, about how they help elderly, all sorts of different local things. And then for local talent, there's so much talent out there, how do they get their profile raised? So we're putting all those 3 elements together on the local basis. This is a template for the rest of London. The overarching name of it is Your Digital Network. So we did think of calling it Bromley Community Radio. We're now calling it Bromley Your Digital Network, or Bromley YDN. So that's the vision and that's the concept.
Okay, so that's Bromley Your Digital Network.
Yeah, or Bromley YDN.
YDN, brilliant. So how can the community get involved, and why should they get involved?
Okay, on the 3 levels. So if you're a local business, you're trying to reach that local market. You've got lots of housing estates around the area. As I said, you want the local people to come in. And now, to prove that there is a market locally, why would the big supermarkets open up corner shops? Because they know that people are shopping locally. And if they can realise it, there is a market there. So how do they compete? So you can't have your big spend on ITV and all the rest of those channels. Do it locally. Have it more targeted. So that's for local businesses. For local groups, the funding's being cut. You need to get to us so you can come along. Even the local paper might not want to hear that, you know, you saved a puppy up a tree. But you may find that the people that support your group might want to hear that. We haven't got to report to shareholders. We don't have to do, you know, you have to have X amount of listeners. We can facilitate that bit of good news, all the good work that you've done. So come to us for that. And for local talent, come along, get your foot in the door. Build your fan base. If you're a singer, rapper, dancer, whatever, there's too much talent out there. You have to find a way to build your fan base, and we can help you do that. So that's why local businesses, local community groups, and local people need to get in touch with us.
There you go. One final question. How do they get in touch with you, and where can they listen to Bromley, your digital network?
There you go. Right, so yourdigitalnetwork.org.uk. When you go on that website, you see the list of all the different boroughs, and you just click on Bromley YDN. Click on that, download the app, put it on your phone, it's there for life.
And they can get in touch with you via that?
Via that. I mean, there's a number which is, I'll say it.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah.
0208 77 66 776.
Great, you'll find all those details that you need also rolling on your screens. Thank you very much, John.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, and have an awesome day. Enjoy.
I will do.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
With an energy that spreads. To others in this borough, you may appear always ahead. They never know you take to heart the crazy things they've said. You're deep enough to hide emotions time and time again. Then once in a blue moon, you break and need a friend who's there to simply listen, answer questions at the end. You like to think you're stronger. Not so easy to depend on many things that others want, have, even pretend. Yet together, you do what you like. Not what they'd like to see. You do it on your own if you could, when it can't be. Apologies for what you've heard, if it isn't just like thee. I could be wrong, but should be right. I think you're just like me. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, right, hello. We have got here with us today somebody called Simple.
What's up?
And I have to say, Simple has just done an amazing spoken word, shall we say, spoken word performance just now, directed specifically with an act, the mayor and his wife, which went down very, very well. It was fantastic. I think they really enjoyed it. And I've got your CD, so you're a very good performer. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
So Simple is spelled S1MPLE, as it stands for someone making people's lives easier. I'm currently, currently traveling the country, trying to inspire and captivate young, new musicians, just people in general on the street, and community organisations.
So you actually do what UK Unsigned tends to do as well, which is promoting young people and looking at new talents.
Yeah, I would say that I help them. I would say that everything I do is on a help me help you basis.
Yeah.
So that I don't believe necessarily in money, like you have to change hands with money, but service for service.
Okay, cool. And you're here today at the launch of Bromley Community Radio, which is your digital network. Bromley, your digital network. And what do you think about the idea of radio station in Bromley?
I think it's great. We have something similar to this in Portsmouth, where I'm from. Not as well centred around the community, but we're just trying to get there. So I think it's an awesome idea. Excellent. And I'm excited to be involved with it.
And you're going to be supporting and
yes, I have some shows back at home that I do. I do a community show each week, and it exposes new music and plays out older stuff as well. And I'm going to be sending those over so they can be played as repeats.
Fantastic. So you're going to be right there all the way with us, probably.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks
Happy days. Don't forget to check out www.simplemusic.com. SYMPLE.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Sienna, for that. Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for joining us here at the launch of your Bromley Digital Network.